Folks are enjoying the holiday. But joining us now in the studio, our good friend Robert St. John, restaurateur, chef, author, columnist. Lots of different skills. But how's it going there, Robert?
All is well. Good to be up here in Jackson today, man. Thanks for having me on.
Glad you could make it. I assume you're checking on the project here?
I am.
Among other things, tell us about that.
I'll be in Fondren right after we get off the air here. Yeah, so it's been a 4-year project. We are in the process of reopening the historic Capri Theater. Built in 1940. We're reopening that with a big 40-foot screen, be one of the biggest screens. There's not a movie screen in Jackson. So
it's amazing.
When I joined on this project, they were looking at doing maybe a live music venue. I said, no, we got to do it. There's not a movie screen in Jackson. So it's a 40-foot screen. We got Dolby 7.1 sound, reclining seats, full bar, appetizers, we'll serve in your seats. Next to that, we're doing a 10-lane bowling alley with a restaurant and bar, and then a TIki Bar, a little small TIki Bar. It's going to be really cool. And next to that, in phase 2, will be an Ed's Burger Joint, which is one of the concepts we have down in Hattiesburg, and it'll have a rooftop bar that kind of overlooks North State Street. So
yeah,
it's a big project. We're having fun with it. We're hiring right now, so anybody listening wants to work at a really cool, fun place, we would love to have you.
So did you, refresh my memory here, did you start the project and then maybe pause it for a while and then get back on it?
Yeah, COVID kind of paused it for us.
Got you.
So my two partners that have been in this from 10 years ago who bought that property, David and Jason, had gone through a lot of kind of different versions of what this project would be. And I think it was about 4 years ago when they called me and I hopped on. And I get, over the years, I've been in the restaurant business 40 years, probably 33 as an owner. And early on in my career, I get a lot of calls from, people, I got this building, and we, wish you'd do something here. Early on, it kind of played to my ego, and I was like, they want me, or whatever. But yeah. I learned pretty quick. It's usually just a real estate developer trying to get out of a bad decision they made. And so I'm usually a little cynical when I go into that kind of thing. And I got the call from them, and I came up here. And when I toured the property and I realized how sincere they were about really bringing that neighborhood back and how they had bought into the renaissance of Fondren and everything, and that their aim is true. And I thought, man, I'd like to be a part of this. And it has been a blast so far. The creative process of the restaurant business is what really, really interests me. And so we're in that process right now. Worked with Wereburner Allen as the architects, and there's some real creative people too. So we'll be opening in a matter of weeks if we can staff it.
I got you. Well, all right, so the bowling lanes is kind of intriguing to me. You have a connection to that? Where'd that idea come from?
I'm a terrible bowler as it comes. We just thought, everything there is really kind of based on need, other than the Capri, which is there. And you can look at that as a need, too, that, Jackson needs a movie.
Sure.
The capital city in the state of Mississippi should have a movie theater.
Yeah, I agree.
And so, the bowling alley was just another. We wanted a whole entertainment venue.
Yeah, and
it's kind of a one-stop play. I mean, you can eat, you can drink. There's not a tiki bar to my knowledge in the state. You have to go to New Orleans. There are a couple of really good ones down there. But bowling, there'll be some games and stuff there, and then the Ed's Burger Joint, when it gets built, it'll be built in that old Texaco station that's next door on the, I guess it'd be the north side of the Capri. It'll have some games and fun stuff too.
So I don't think there are any bowling lanes in the city of Jackson?
Laurel Lane's closed.
Closed, right.
And Buster Bailey called me before they shut that down and wanted to know if we wanted any. And I said, we bought the actual lanes, and then we took those old wood lanes from Laurel lanes, and we built tables out of them. So the tables that are in between the sofas at the end of our bowling alley, we have new floors. All of our lanes are new.
Yeah.
But we took those Laurel lanes floors and made tables out of them. It's really cool.
That is neat.
And so we kind of kept the history of things alive. I wish David Farr was here because he knows so much of the history of that business and of the Fondren area and of the original owner of that land, and it's been really cool to be a part of that because Jackson is kind of a second home to me. I've lived here a couple of times years ago, and to be up here doing this project,
yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I definitely got to go, so I got to share it with you. I worked at Laurel Lanes.
Oh, did you really?
From the ninth grade till sophomore.
What year would that have been? I may have been bowling there then.
72.
No, I wasn't bowling there then.
72 through, and then for 2 summers while I was in college, I was the janitor and cleaned the whole place up by myself every night. But I've bowled gazillions of games on those lanes and oiled them and maintained them and. Every 2 or 3 years, you have to saw the old epoxy off and then I can't coat them, whatever they call it, refinish them. So.
I'm not going to challenge you to a bowling match then if you're because I don't. Man, I barely break 100. I'm not very good. I'm going to get some practice. I guess
that is so awesome though. The idea of taking the old planks in the lanes and making that's just
well,
so
you
cool.
would recognize them because you used to wax them and clean them.
You're right.
And that'll be great.
Did you get some of them that had the little arrows in them as well?
Absolutely,
awesome.
Absolutely. A good friend of mine in Hattiesburg named Patrick Bond, who is a master woodworker. Took all those and created these tables. They're really, really cool.
That is so cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. All right, so tell us about something near and dear to your heart, open table. Extra table. No, I got open table on the brain, so extra table.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So Extra Table is a nonprofit that I started back in 2009. Really is just kind of I got a phone call one day, and there was a mission pantry down in Hattiesburg that had run out of food and just needed help. I mean, it was as simple as that. And, I figured I'd help them, and I thought the quickest, best, easiest way to give them some help would be call a food service distributor and coordinate getting food delivered.
Yeah.
And from that, the idea grew. And to be honest with you, I was a little skeptical that there was a hunger problem in Mississippi. I was a little cynical about that. And so I kind of went on a fact-finding mission around the state. And I didn't get far before I learned quickly there is a huge hunger problem. I just thought, man, this is America. Surely, people are, you hear about food stamp fraud and all this kind of stuff. And I got to, I probably, was up here in Jackson at Gateway or Stupot or one of those, and I saw the true face of hunger. And I thought, oh, man. So Mississippi is a state of about 2.9 million people. 20% of that, about 600,000, are what the government calls food insecure. 125,000 of those are seniors. And so that there are people right now, as we're talking, trying to figure out, can I pay the light bill or can I go to the grocery store? It's like a real thing. It hit me like a shot. There are over 200,000 Mississippi school kids who eat a school breakfast and a school lunch and then don't eat again until the next day. It is a real thing. And so I just thought, well, maybe, we can do something about it. And the beautiful thing about Extra Table, you don't see it very much. We took business principles and applied them to a nonprofit. And so we use purchasing power, and we buy food, not only wholesale in bulk, but below wholesale. And we deliver. We started with that one agency in Hattiesburg, and today, I think in 2022, we'll have 55 agencies all across the state.
Wow.
It's not just a problem in the areas people think there's a problem. And Extra Table, the beauty of what we do too is that we're fighting two fronts because Mississippi's number one in food insecurity. We're also number one in obesity, and I had a problem with that early on. I'm like, I was cynical about that. I was like, well, somebody's eating something somewhere. If we're the most obese and we're the most food insecure. What I learned is that those two always go hand in hand. If you don't have enough money, you're basically living out of a convenience store. You're drinking the cheapest sugar drinks and snack foods. And so we do healthy food. I kind of planted our flag on two principles. Number one, 100% of the money we raise for food goes to purchase food. No salaries, no administrative, not any of that business.
Yep.
And number two, it's always going to be healthy food.
Robert, appreciate all you do, man. You are a Mississippi treasure, if I do say so myself. And good luck on the new project. I can't wait to get it open.
Let's go bowling.
I'm ready. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a good holiday, my friend.
Thanks,
Talk soon.
buddy.
Yep. Robert St. John has been our guest. Stay with us. Middays will return.